Okay, independent client customer PEDRICK. This is a review of some of the finished ends on some of the cabinets. Is also a couple more doors that we're going to need. I wanted to go around the room here real quick. There's one thing that we looked at today that I wanted to mention in the video. This is a gas dual fuel stove. That is a gas eye, and it is right here back next to the edge of this panel board. So I did tell the customer today, if he's going to do a tile backsplash, he probably needs to run that tile on into this hole right here because this material is not going to hold up well to the heat that this is going to take. Did also tell him to make sure that turned on the exhaust here, make sure we keep that exhaust running. I wouldn't use that eye very often unless we have some type of a material here that's not going to really be a problem with heat. The other thing you can do is take a black metal backsplash and bend that, break it, and actually go around the back of this with black metal. Wouldn't look bad at all, especially since you've got the darker color materials. But if you're going to do a ceramic tile backsplash or something in this area anyway, that is definitely something you could do to mitigate any kind of problems here as far as heat up against that panel. Now, going to the manufacturing side of this, there are a couple more things that we've got here that we need to take a look at. This is a W3342 wall cabinet. If you look right across here, there is just a scratch. It feels like a scratch in the finish of the veneer on the face. It has no feel to it. So it was pre-finish is when it was put on. There's no place to catch your fingernail. So that is something that's caught their eye. They definitely want to have the wall 3342 door replaced. Want to have these doors adjusted up some. Once the refrigerator was put in place, the doors are rubbing a little bit on top. So they want the doors adjusted up just a little bit for that. Here, this particular cabinet, it was rubbing against the side. Again, it could be adjusted over, just move over that way to be able to keep it from rubbing against the end panel. So no problem there. We can make that out with an adjustment. Went through and looked through all of the actual cabinet boxes and the sides, looking for what the customer was pointing out. And we actually come up with this as an end panel on the island. This is from looks like a base 33 that was on the island. These are open areas in the wood grain that are puckered out so you can catch your fingernail on them. So we talked about doing a skin here. It's a perfect candidate for a skin. It's got a quarter reveal there, quarter reveal against that outside corner. Take the outside corner off, finish the bottom of this with another skin. We also talked about doing doors here. If we do a door here instead of a skin, then the measurement we're looking for is going to be about 22 inches wide so that it doesn't touch anything. And the height is going to be about 29 and a quarter. Okay, just make sure it's up high enough to not touch anything. On the end of the island, that's the only spot that was on. The other end down here, no problems. We went over it. You can see their finger marks. They went over it looking for stuff, didn't find anything. So let's take a look in the master bath. Okay, in the master bath, this is a wall or pantry 3096 with a 3-drawer base underneath it. So a pantry 3096 3-drawer. If you look on the side, you're going to have some more of these. Now these are pretty much places in a check in the material because the finish is over them. Okay, wormwood is what they usually would call it. This is indicative of this type of wood, but it is right in the glare of that light. So we're talking about skinning the end of this for them so that it's just not obvious. We also told them that when we get the skins, we would probably have to move this over because it's right up against the edge of this piece right now. So probably end up having to cut that loose and move it over 1/4 of an inch. But we also told them that the skin material will possibly have some of the same types of wormwood and stuff in it because it's a natural material. It's a natural veneer. And they would have their choice of what they could see and where they could see it. These are not materials that are plastic. They're real wood materials. And so that particular thing just happens to be right in your eyesight line because of the glare, but it is not unexpected. It is definitely something that you can do. Now this door here on the right hand side, we were just rubbing over everything, just making sure that we had, you know, a good idea of what all we're doing. And the edge of this veneer and the face of this is rough, really rough, and the front of it is as well. It looks like a thumbprint is what it looks like someone grabbed the edge of the door when it was still wet maybe. But that one is a door they would like to replace. Again, it's the right-hand tall door for that one. Here on the end of that same vanity, it's a 42-inch vanity that's in the master bath. These checks right here are showing up in the material. There's at least 2 of them. This one is another inclusion. This is normal. But again, these kind of things have kind of, see right there, there's some more of them. And you can catch your fingernail on them, okay? These kind of things are showing up though, and the customer wants them covered. So we want a skin for that, skin for this. Over here to match, they want the same skin there. This particular one, I pointed out to them, this particular one has a few of these inclusions that are actually in the skin, but you know, to make it match, they want everything to look the same. So let's take a look in the laundry room real quick. All right, here we are in the laundry room. This is a wall 30, let me double check. Okay, this is a wall 30, 42, increased depth to 15 if I'm not mistaken. Again, just kind of looking at, this is under the finish. You can feel that it has finish over it. It is not deep because you can't catch your fingernail on it. This though is an impression, like from the side of the table or something when it was being assembled possibly, or maybe in the freighting. So this is an impression. Again, this cabinet has a standard side. So a skin, an increased depth skin, not 12, but a 15-inch or 18-inch deep. Let's double check, because I'd like for that to be pre-cut. 15. So it's a 15-inch deep skin by 42 is what we need to clear that one up. Over here on this side, just something else for you to see. There is a bubble, and it is a blister type bubble in the veneers and the finish of this panel. And if you look, I can push that with my finger and you can hear it. So what we plan on doing with that is taking and cutting it before we put a skin on it, cutting it and pushing it in and put a 2-part epoxy in there to pull that out flat so we don't have that problem come radiate through the skin. But that's the other skin we need for the other side. Here's another one here. And again, some of these are natural and some of them are breakouts. But this one again is a 15 by 42 end skin in the Java finish. We do have one more handle to put on in here. So no problem, we'll do that. We have one more closet rod we have to cut for in here to finish that up. So we still have sawdust and stuff to clean out inside of these cabinets when we come back as well. These were the drillings for the bottom shelf that we had to repair and put the piece back in place. All the other drillings are fine, but we ended up having to drill new holes for these to make them level with those over there. Here's our guest bath, and guest bath, again, everything worked out just fine. We went ahead and went back over all of the fronts of the doors. Everything is nice and clean, no problems. We do need to come in and vacuum out when we're here this next time. Vacuum out all the cabinet bases, get rid of all of the sawdust and stuff that's inside of them. Same thing over here. We've got a half bath, and we definitely want to go through and clean all of the half bath stuff. Still got sawdust and stuff in here. So definitely do that, but nothing here as far as a cabinet issue or anything like that. All right, if you have any questions about this one, we're really getting close to being done. If you have any questions about this one, give me a call at 423-650-1051. Have a great day.